the day that almost broke us. What happens when two cyclists face the most feared mountain pass in India? Today's story will leave you on the edge of your seat. Today is the fifth day of our Manali to Umlingla cycling expedition. Last night we stayed here at this place which is known as Upper Jingjing Bar, which is just 15 kilometers before famous Baralachala top, meeting Tenzing Bhagwan again. I woke up at 7 in the morning. Last night I slept early and I could not meet the Tenzing Bhagwan because he arrived very late. And you must be wondering why I'm calling him Bhagwan. So there is a very fascinating story behind it. But for that story you have to check the previous episode. Link I will give at the end of the video. So finally we are getting a chance to meet again this morning. Do you know the best part? The moment he saw me, he recognized me immediately. This is when I told him the story why Medhika and we call him the Tenzing Bhagwan.
कल अपना वीडियो देखा था जो हमने डाला था आपका, जब आप हमें मिले थे पहली बार?
नहीं, वो बताना मुझे किस उससे है।
यहाँ तो नेटवर्क भी नहीं है, आपके नंबर पे व्हाट्सएप करता हूँ फिर, है ना?
The simple breakfast before the big challenge. Because I was carrying that vegetable in that small box which was cooked yesterday by Harpal Bhai and he packed it for me. As I could not finish it yesterday, so I asked for 2 pieces of bread from Tenzing and I had it with that while standing and talking with him. Tushar had an omelette in the breakfast.
सब कटे हुए ये कटे हुए सर। अगर और छोटा करना तो और छोटा करना।
For the stay and all of this meal, we paid 670 rupees.
अच्छा, थैंक यू बेटा।
And I found that this charge was very reasonable for this kind of a remote location. So there was an adorable girl at the cafe whose name was really difficult for me to remember and pronounce.
What's your name?
Jingme Chinjin.
Can you tell me the spellings?
Jie
Okay.
Jigmeet Chhunzi.
और pronounce कैसे करोगे?
Jingme Chinjin.
Jingme Chunjing. So this sweet girl, she gave me this last night. Kati bhaiya, please have this. And morning में she has given me her fish rolls. So thank you so much. You are a kind-hearted girl. Remain same. So you are just like your father, okay? Stay same always. Thanks a lot. Okay, thank you so much. पापा को bye बोला मेरी तरफ से. चलो, bye bye. This place is Upper Jingjing Bar, and from here, if you see these curves, they will take you up from that road, and then behind that one, then another mountain. So 3000 feet climb, and that's what we have to cover today within a span of somewhere for 14 or 15 kilometer distance. Let's see how it is. I'll share all the information with you. Start the journey. See the water crossing. Damn it. Lots of water is there on the road. I'm being here on the mountain, especially Baralacha Pass. Every kilometer is like fighting a battle. Let me give you the idea why I'm saying so. Last time when I showed you the milestone there, down that there, so you need to climb all this, cross the first bridge, then the second bridge. And you know the worst part? This is a road which is under construction and this is a landslide prone area. So it's all gravel, it's all water on the road. This is a typical characteristic of climbing here in Baralacha.
Facing the fear, Baralachala Pass. Let me tell you, Baralachala Pass has always been a nightmare for the travelers. I remember when I came here for the first time in 2004, and that was my first ever experience of AMS symptoms. Yes, while climbing the Baralachala, I became very sick, and that night was the toughest night of my journey. Though the views here are really very beautiful, but the climb, it is absolutely brutal. So this is the kind of a road about which you must have heard on the different news channels into the news, where you always hear about that the road is getting blocked between Manali and Leh.
A big recommendation, wear slippers. Water is very fast, so it doesn't matter how slow you go, it will get on your shoes and make them wet. I'm changing to slippers here.
The challenging climb began. So after changing into sleepers, which was a smart move when you have to cross the crossings.
I'm waiting for this truck to pass. Shit man, the water is so cold. Oh god. Oh my god. My sandals are wet. Thank God I changed. I have to get down and I'm walking. You will find this water crossing at a milestone Jingjing Bar 9 kilometers. That means 2 kilometers from Upper Jingjing Bar. So route is very dangerous these days.
Looking at the huge mountain around us, we humans look like tiny ants. We look so small compared to these giants. During the climb, I saw a group of runners. They were participating in some race which is called as
The Hell Race.
the Hell Race, in which they really run across the various mountain passes. There were both Indian and the foreigner participants.
Having a support vehicle with him.
Meeting the locals and learning about the Hell Race. So I got a chance to interact with the two locals and I learned more about the Hell Race.
Under the Hell Race, the event called Great Himalayan Running Festival. So there are many categories. Rohtang Epic, which is 84 kilometers, and High Fives. In High Fives, runner have to run 5 marathon in 5 days. Each day, runner has to cross one mountain pass. Yesterday,
Which passage are we crossing in this?
on day 1 Rohtang Pass, day 2 Baralacha Pass, day 3 Nakila,
Lachungla both?
Lachungla, and day 4
They are nearby.
Tanglangla Pass.
What is the process to join this race? What are the qualification criteria and the fees?
The qualification is runner has to complete it full five full marathons. Someone need more information, they can log in on the hellrace.com.
A brief on the fees, maybe it will be helpful for those who are watching. They can
Fees, so it's like fluctuates.
plan. So a brief idea. Tell me the maximum range so that we can plan, make up our mind.
60-70,000 per runner
For 5 days?
for full 5 marathons.
Full 5 marathons.
And
And
it is a stage race,
yeah.
and each day they have to cross 5 marathons, and then they stop.
Is there a winning prize for the winner?
No,
It's like, okay, no problem.
it's like achievement,
It's like a self-achievement.
like
rather.
you doing cycling on your own.
Yeah. What's your good name?
Rohit,
Rohit. And you're from?
I am from Haryana, Faridabad.
Faridabad. And you? Chandigarh or somewhere else?
No, Rohtak.
You are from
Haryana.
Rohtak. So पूरा team आपका हरियाणा का ही है?
हरियाणा के विश्वास जो race
I met two Russians who were doing Manali to Leh on their motorcycles, but they had to sleep roadside in the tents because the road further was blocked because of extreme water.
बैठो इसमें से ले लो ना 2 लीटर इसलिए तो लाया मैं 1 लीटर बांट लेंगे इसमें से आता है
The tough reality. The climb to Baralachala Pass has always been extremely tough, so be mentally prepared. So when you look down and see the curves which you just climbed with so much of effort, you will feel proud on yourself. I reached a milestone.
Baralachala top is 12 kilometers from here. That is the road going up there where we have to climb. And between 2 to 3 kilometers, it's not very difficult. It will be 5 or 6 on the scale of 1 to 10. And it starts from that water crossing which we did some time back.
This is when Tushar called me from behind.
क्या हुआ? I can't understand. He has dropped something. क्या हुआ? अच्छा. Okay. He forgot his gloves there. Going back to pick it. See, he's running now. Climbing, he's coming back. I have cleaned this with the water. Now I'm eating them, carrying them from 2 or 3 days. Because of low oxygen, they have not developed very well. Very small sprouting happened here, but they are tasty. He's coming back by walk.
It took him around 10 minutes to get them from there.
Seems he did not found them. Lost the gloves. No, he's wearing them. Let's check. क्या हुआ मिले? बताओ मिल गए ना? Their milestone, Sachu 42 kilometers. Till now covered 4. And look at the kind of a climb.
Two major challenges. On this last 12 meter of climb, each and every loop which you will be climbing made you think, why the hell I'm doing this? Here you will face two main problems. One, the thin air with less oxygen, which means your heart and your lungs, they need to work very hard. 2, continuous climbing, which really makes the journey even tougher. I feel those who are very strong mentally and physically, only they can climb the Baralachala Pass. Or if you can climb the Baralachala Pass, you can consider yourself strong mentally and physically both. Climbing like a turtle.
Baralachala 10 kilometer milestone. I have covered 5 kilometers in 2 hours. Time is 9:30 and road is so tough. Very, very, very tough. You won't get even a single place where you are not climbing. It's so difficult. Difficult to breathe, difficult to ride. I think walking here is a better option than cycling, I'm telling you.
I noticed that at this kind of altitude, on such kind of a climb, the speed of your bicycle and the speed of the people who are doing it by walk is exactly the same. Even sometime you will feel that those people who are walking here are faster than us when we are climbing here on the bicycles.
This is what you have to cover in last 1 kilometer. Can you imagine? So much of climb, just 1 kilometer of ride. It's a piece of a glacier which is left here. It will also melt very soon. Seeing such thing in the background while cycling is an amazing experience. Though the roads are tough, but only the tough roads take you to the beautiful destinations. This is what it is happening right now.
I stopped near this glacier and took some pictures because this really made me remember about my first journey which I did in 2004. At that time, on both the sides of the road here, there were the huge glaciers and it was snow everywhere. Probably because I was traveling in the month of May. Even at that time, I remember the Suraj Tal, it was completely frozen. Yes, Suraj Tal is another highlight on this route. If you come here in the second or third week of May, you might get a chance to see the frozen Suraj Tal, which is absolutely magical to see. The climb on this route doesn't stop until unless you reach the Baralachala top. Slow but steady. At 10:30 am, our speed was slow but we were steady. We were not ready to give up. Consistency is the key which ensures that you reach to your destination.
This is what we have covered in last almost 7 kilometers, and God will make you see the beautiful views, but with lots of hard work and efforts. We have come to another side of the road, I mean the mountain, and there are another climbs, more loops which we have to climb. So you can see that snow there under that pass. So that is where we have to climb now. Behind that there will be the Suraj Tal. After this 10 kilometers to Baralachala milestone, this is the next milestone which you will see. Search is 37 as per this. This is the level of the climb. You can see that.
Soon we arrived to that water crossing which has created the kiosk yesterday and which blocked the whole traffic. But luckily today we could cross it without the major problem.
The milestone telling Jingjing Bar 17. Morning we have covered till this place 10 kilometers. For Baralachala, 5 more kilometers to go. After a kilometer, there will be a Suraj Tal. I'll show you that, it's most beautiful one.
Finally, Suraj Tal.
Reach Suraj Tal. This is the road and the climb. It will take you to Baralachala. Baralachala will be 4 kilometers from Suraj Tal.
So let me tell you, when you will reach to Suraj Tal, from the beginning of the Suraj Tal till the time where you will see this selfie point, it will be a huge climb. It will be very difficult to ride bicycle on this climb, and it is not going to be easy at all. Here these days they have made a selfie point near the Suraj Tal where people stop their vehicles, they get down, they click the picture and then go on their journey. We also met with the group. They were really shocked and surprised to see both of us cycling on this kind of a difficult climb, refueling and rest.
Because of ongoing construction work, there are no milestones. So it's very difficult to identify how many kilometers we need to go.
So we were out of water when we found a water source roadside. This is the same water source where from the construction worker who are working in BRO on these routes, they were refilling their water bottles. I also refilled the water bottle and laid down for some time. After having some rest, I had that paratha which I got packed this morning from Tenzing Bro Cafe. The final push.
There is a series of curves going to the left, right, again left. And once you cross that peak, you will reach to an area which is scenic, beautiful, and can you be considered as a top. So 2 more kilometers I think which we need to climb to reach Baralachala.
So after climbing 2 curves, we thought we would reach to Baralachala top. But to be our surprise, BRO, they have made a different route these days.
One road taking you up there, another one is going down. So you need to go down. That is the pass over there. So not far, 2 more kilometers. It's a mix of up and down. Technically, if I say the difficult time is over.
And let me tell you, it is such a big relief. Baralachala top, a picnic spot now. So the conditions of Baralacha today felt like a picnic spot. If you see my previous videos, it used to look like a very challenging place with lots of difficulties, always windy, and it was very difficult to breathe there. But these days, I found hundreds of cars, thousands of tourists, and long queues to get one picture clicked in front of that signboard. Meeting Tenzing Bhagwan again. So we met Tenzing Bhagwan again at the top.
जुले सर जुले
पहुंच गए आप बढ़िया जी
ये बात
एक वाटर बॉटल भी पहुंच गए
हाँ बिल्कुल मुझे लगता है आप रास्ते में ब्लॉगिंग कराए हुए थे हाँ मैं क्या कर रहा था
आप एक जो साइकिलिंग वाले थे
हाँ उनसे बातें कर रहा हूँ
साइकिलिंग जो
वॉकिंग वालों के साथ बिल्कुल This is the rolling kitchen at Baralacha from our Tenzing brother, just next to the post. This is where you can come and have food. We'll also eat and enjoy some chill time while sitting here.
He made us a hot coffee and also gave us delicious sandwiches. And you know what happened? So when it came for the paying, he refused to accept the money from us.
पर ये मैं पैसे नहीं लेने वाला हूँ जितना हमने खाया सबके पैसे काटो आप नहीं मत करो भाई मत करो
ये हमारी तरफ से
जिंजिंग भाई मत करो ऐसा मुझे नहीं अच्छा लगेगा
ये हमारी तरफ से प्यार
कुछ ज्यादा ही प्यार हो गया थोड़ा कम कर लो आधा कर लो
प्यार रहना चाहिए भैया प्यार बरकरार रहना चाहिए
आधा कर लो
नहीं भैया
50% डिस्काउंट प्यार में
नहीं भैया
थैंक यू भाई
वेलकम जी
मैं याद रखूंगा
बिल्कुल जी
ठीक है भाई आपका नाम
नहीं ये नहीं अभी ये नहीं
छेवान
भैया ये लेने नहीं है
ये
उसको दे रहा हूँ मैं
ना
ये छोड़ के ओए उड़ गया पकड़ अब ये भगाएगा उसको नहीं भगाया ठीक है भाई जी मिलेंगे
This video has already become very long, but this was the first achievement of the day to climb the Baralachala Pass. Hope you found this video interesting and full of information. In the next video, we will start from Baralachala Pass, go to Bharatpur to Kiringsarai to Sarchu. So the journey between Baralachala Pass to Sarchu will be in the second part of day 5 video. To support my journey and be the part of it, you can subscribe to the channel World Wanderer Cycling on a Budget and hit the bell icon. It was a very strange kind of a day when we started from Jispar towards Baralachala, and we had to ended up after a cycling ride of 33 km at Upper Jingjing Park. That was the day full of struggles with water crossings and lots of hard work. I'm giving you the link of that video here on the top. After this, go and watch that, and those who have supported me on my journey, their names are given here. Please say them thank you on my behalf. That's all for now. Take care of yourself. We will meet in the next video with the second part of the day.